Hello, my name is Joe, and this is Joe of All Trades. Today I have my Batch 1 AYN Thor, and it has been my #1 handheld since I got it back in November. And to get it out the way, it is not a Steam Deck killer, but the allure and the attractiveness of the device sure does mirror the Steam Deck. I remember putting in my reservation for the Steam Deck and just waiting and waiting for that email with Valve's permission to even order the Steam Deck. The AYN Thor has been doing these pre-orders and releasing the device in batches. So gamers are waiting a month or two before they can even get the device that they ordered. In batch 1, we only had to wait like about 1 month before receiving the device. And during this time, I watched channels like Joey Handheld and Retro Gamecore with their setup videos so that I would be completely prepared to get this Thor ready. This was my first Android handheld that I had to set up. It took me a couple weekends and a few evenings after work before I felt like my AYN Thor was ready. With these kind of devices, it's kind of hard to define when you are finished and done setting it up because there's like a million things that could come out. There are a variety of front ends to check out, different ways to customize your device, software-wise and hardware-wise. It feels like you can just keep changing and modifying your device to your liking, and sometimes you get distracted by that. You could be playing more games, but instead you're making sure that it looks pretty enough for you to want to play games on it. When I was finished with this device and started playing games, I was instantly hooked. I have been excited about this device basically since the day I've got it, and I can see that same enthusiasm in people who have the device now or are going to get it in the future. I introduced all of this backstory about the AYN Thor, my experience with it and what I'm seeing online to say that it's not a Steam Deck killer. However, similar to devices like the Steam Deck, the Nintendo 3DS, the Switch, or the PSP, I would consider the AYN Thor to be a handheld icon. The obvious reason the AYN Thor stands out is its dual-screen clamshell design and the power capabilities of the device. There are other clamshells in this category like the RGDS or the Pocket DS. They are both tempting devices, however one lacks power and the other is larger and more expensive. The Thor sits in that sweet spot, having great power and functionality for the price. The clamshell design is amazing, but it does negatively impact the ergonomics. I add joystick caps for better control, and I always use the officially licensed grip when I play. I have seen complaints about the triggers. There are caps available to improve the triggers. They look cool, but I usually play without them. I wanted to give y'all a quick size comparison here. I chose my PS Vita as I don't currently own any other Retro DS devices. The Thor on its own is probably at the max for pocketability. I always carry the Thor with the case for protection. It is still my most portable, powerful handheld. I can throw it in a crossbody with my Kindle or a book with room for other everyday carry items. I have taken it almost everywhere. It's easy to fly with or throw in your hiking backpack and just go. My preferred front end is ESDE. This does come from a limited perspective. It was the first front end I tried for the device. I've done hours of scraping for my games and I like how it looks. The dual screen front ends are appealing, but I didn't want to get stuck in a loop where I was constantly tinkering and changing the device instead of playing games. There are some awesome people in the handheld community that develop and release these cool tools that add functionality or personality to the device. I enjoy this lighting effects app called Bifrost. It's just a fun accessory to your games. Another cool app I've been experimenting with is a translator app. I love the Spanish language. I grew up around it, but I have never been fluent. I've been trying to learn again. I've selected a few games to play in Spanish like The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, Ace Attorney, and Pokemon. I've been using Thorlens. I like that you prompt it for a translation so you use it when you absolutely need to. You run the game on the top screen with the app open on the bottom screen. When you press the button, it takes a screenshot of the top screen and translates it on the bottom screen. It's a fun, supplemental way to learn a language. To me, the most obvious use of the Thor is throwing a guide for your game on the second screen. With a game like Stardew Valley, I'm always in the wiki looking for the right time to catch a fish or the perfect gift to give someone. With a Thor, you can run Gunther's library and have the information you need readily available to you. The Thor supports external displays. I just use a USB-C adapter I've had for years without an issue. I've hooked it up to the TV and played two-player games like Champions of Norath or NFL Street. I connect my Xbox controller via Bluetooth and it's like I have a little console. My favorite handheld accessories right now are AR glasses. It's just a fun and immersive way to play. Now I'd like to showcase some gameplay. Here's a quick scroll of the emulators I'm using to play these consoles. The games I'm showcasing here aren't of every single console or game you can play. It's just some games I enjoy from time to time. Some are for quick nostalgia plays, others are for long gaming sessions. I love that I can enjoy games in my PC library. I didn't run any battery tests, however, I never really had to worry unless I was playing PC games. There's one console that has eluded me. I couldn't get PS3 to work to save my life. I still have my original PS3, so I can still play it, but I'd love to get that experience working on the go. The AYN Thor is going to be my obsession for a very long time. I'll probably buy new tech along the way, but I'll find myself continually coming back to this device. I am standing firm in my take that the AYN Thor is a handheld icon. It doesn't have the consumer base that Nintendo or Sony has, so it's not going to do those sales numbers. The fact that you have to set up the device yourself is surely going to be a hurdle for a lot of people, but this doesn't take away its popularity in the handheld and emulation space. I want to know, do you think the AYN Thor is overrated or underrated? Perhaps you think it's fairly rated. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video and want to see my take on more devices, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm looking forward to sharing more of my passion with you. Thanks for watching.